G'day folks, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us as always. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic.
Going through all the clubs to start off the season, heading into March 16, 17,
Round
one.
one.
VYC will be the week before. Can you tell we've done about 40 club shows so far?
If you could just go for just a little bit, that'd be good.
And if anyone's watched them all the way from 1 to 40,
we haven't even said what we're doing yet.
No, that's true.
We're heading out to the Broncos.
Hume City.
The stables.
Yes.
Good old Broady out there, Hume City. It's got to be said, it hasn't been a great time of late for Hume City.
No.
But I reckon,
Not what we're used to.
but I reckon we're going to start to see things turn around this season.
Before we talk about the turnaround, it might not have been a great season results-wise, but their crowds last season for their state champion.
Phenomenal.
Good.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Every week.
Led the whole division, didn't
Yeah,
they?
absolutely.
Did they?
Yeah,
They did.
Yep.
Well, let's hope they get out there again this season
And I
because
think they're going to have a bit more to cheer about.
I was going to say the same thing. I think it's going to be some positive signs for Hume this season. Let's start off with the youth women. Finished 8th last season, 4 and 14. I think at the moment there's a little bit of depth coming into their champ women's team, and hopefully that filters through to some players being available in their youth women's team, because they've got some kids aged between 19 and 22 who are pretty damn good.
Yeah,
It's just a case of which team or which division they've got to play in. But if they had a few of those players available in youth women, I reckon they can be really good.
I'm going to say off season, between the 2011-2012 season, we had some very good discussions with Hume about where their youth women should be placed, whether they should keep their spot in State Youth
The
Champ
top
1
level,
or drop it on down to 2. They put so much time and effort into what they were doing strategy-wise, and they decided to stick with the top level. And that's reflective of a 4-win season. Had they made the decision to drop to 2, they probably would have won the title.
Definitely. And the youth women's team had a practice game against the Geelong VYC women's team the other day, and Broad or Hume City won by 5 points. So they'll be okay.
Yeah.
A lot of it will come down to the personnel that they put out on the court,
Yeah.
because they've got some really good kids there.
They do.
There was a couple that did fluctuate between the senior team who were quite young and the youth league team. When they did drop them down, like Tatiana Stevanovic and one of the Wrights, and those sort of players, they actually look pretty good.
So the competition for them, they're in this season.
VYC.
Yeah.
So they're going to be up there mixing.
They got a task.
It's going to be tough, but again, I think we're going to see some games where they're a lot more competitive than what they have been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Finals is a no for me, but I think they're on the right track.
Yeah, not this season, but there's potential.
The potential in this group.
They've just got to keep hold of them. They've had
Yeah.
such a transitory,
That's right.
playing list in both of their women's teams over the last couple of seasons.
We've talked about the peninsula area and just the volatility with players moving clubs. It's actually Hume, Whittlesea, Craigieburn. We see a lot of volatility in this area, where especially women's basketball, there's a lot of girls that move between those clubs.
There is,
Let's have a look at the youth. Men finished 12th last season, 3 and 19. No doubt it was a disappointing season. I think that's fair to say. Again, they've probably lost a few players over the last couple of years. Hopefully they can start to get things back on track.
Just start retaining them. Like I know a couple of, Mark Beres-Decky, I think you might have said, he had a great season, but he's jetted off to Ringwood to continue to play at the Victorian Youth Championship level. And then I'm not sure what the status is on like Corey Bellman, that sort of guy. I'm not sure. If those sort of guys stick around, they could be alright. Matt Johnson, who had a big year as well. There's some good players in there. If they can keep them all together, they'd be formidable, especially in the division.
Yeah, in Youth 1.
Yeah, in Youth 1 I reckon they'll be fine up there.
I think in Youth 1 they're going to win a lot more than 3 games.
I think they're going to have a very good season.
They'll certainly have an above 500 record.
The playing up in State Youth Championship, even though it was pretty painful last year, that experience now that they can take
Pay
into
dividends.
is just going to absolutely pay off for them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a lot of clubs in a lot of sports, a lot of teams in a lot of sports. You get that yo-yo effect. They just can't get it together in that division up. They come back and they're champions. So, look, I think that they're finals bound. I think they're going to be right up there.
Yeah, I reckon.
Which is great. Fantastic for Hume City.
State champ women 7th last season, 8 and 12, and I reckon all 8 wins, if not 8, probably 7, came on the back of a couple of Kiwis they had in their team.
Certainly did.
I don't know that they will be back this season, but there are some exciting things happening there. Starting off with a new coach, a former coach, someone who knows the club in the area well. Warren Taylor comes back in charge there, and I reckon that he might have brought a former superstar with him. Sharon Milner. She's playing or not?
One of Big V's finest.
Is she playing or not?
She is.
She's in. Well, instantly, that's a whole new look for that team.
Certainly is, and a great mentor for some of the younger,
for the right girls.
For the especially for the right girls, but for a lot of those girls in the in that side that are so young. But look, I just wouldn't be surprised if they just whip a huge name out of the woodpile. I wouldn't be surprised.
Sharon Milner's got this little black book.
Oh,
she's got
I don't think
contacts
it's all that
everywhere.
little.
She knows a lot of people in the game, and
last time Sharon Milner played for Hume City, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they won 3 titles in a row.
At least 2.
No doubt we are going to see a really good direction here, and I think that we are possibly going to see the rebuilding of what was in the late 2000 and noughties. I think we're going to start to see a juggernaut emerging over the next potentially if they can get back to the system that they had. I think it was 08, 07, 08, 09 or something, 6, 7, 8, something like that. They could be very good again. Whether that comes straight away,
I think they'll make the finals.
Straight away.
Yeah, I think I agree.
And they want to get back to that. They're not going, oh well,
poor us.
That's how we used to be. No, they want to get back to their form. They'd love to get back into Seawood. That's their long-term plan.
So straight in finals.
Yep.
They're going to have to pick up 3 or 4 to do that.
I've heard a bit of a whisper, so I'm
here
just
we go.
Keep that under wraps and say that if the person that I heard is playing with Sharon, with Bianca Babbitt, with the Wright sisters, they're going to be pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a big name. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's a big name.
That's a big, long name too. Big name. Rightio, we'll wait and see what happens with the state champ women. So finals?
Yeah.
Finals?
It depends on my, on the... Yeah, there's that.
There's also the name you gave.
But also the how many minutes is Sharon Milner going to play this year? Like seriously?
Oh, she's effervescent.
Like, is she going to play? No, is she going to play a serious role? Or is she just going to come off the bench and sort of? I reckon she's going to play. I reckon she's going to play some ball. I reckon.
Absolutely.
I could not imagine Sharon not playing a serious role. To be honest,
she's so
she would waste her time.
Yeah.
And the competition's going to be better off for it too.
Yes.
Look, they're in the mix if they get the player you're talking about and they get the player, the big, long player you're talking about. I reckon they're in the mix.
I reckon too.
All right, state champ men moving right along. 5th last season, 9 and 11. And I reckon there was a time, probably 2/3 of the way through the season, we thought they were going to make it.
They did.
They had a run.
They have the skill.
Yep.
They did. And I think
Jermaine Maybank was playing really well for them.
Yeah, he started
bringing it on season.
Jamal Brown had a great season. Was he an All-Star?
He would have been very close.
If he wasn't, he was...
I can't remember.
Right there.
JB. 9 and 11. Can they take that next step? Can they
We've been waiting for them to take the next
step?
step for 3 years. Like,
Well, that's pretty.
Like, they've been the same spot, 4th, 5th, 6th, around that mark.
Who goes in?
A little while now.
Who goes in?
This competition's so tough.
Who have they picked up?
Eric Miraflores. Harun Kanzak, that's right. He's a dive. He was a former Bronco, so he's actually come back to Hume City, which is good.
Extra depth, both.
It does. It does. Moema Maluma, as we may have mentioned earlier. I think there's been whispers that he'd be there. Just a couple of fillers. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's another one.
So who's your top 4 state champion right now?
Oh, look,
It's got 6 in it.
Yeah, no, it's got. I've actually got 4. I've got Diamond Valley. I've got Waverley. I've got Pauline. I've got Korobe.
So Hume City miss.
Unfortunately, they might improve, but they'll still miss because everyone else has improved.
I think Hume City just miss again as well.
Miss again.
One thing's for sure, this is going to come down to 18 rounds to sort state champion out.
Yeah.
You know what? They're going to be awesome to watch again.
They are going to be good.
Yeah.
They are going to be good. And
minus Damon Lowry as somebody that's not going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and minus Ash Breyer, who followed him.
9 and 11 last season. They've got to flip that around. 11 and 9, 12 and 8 to really be a serious threat for the fourth position, that top four. So, but look, I think some good signs starting to emerge from Hume City.
I think they're going to be the best of the middle.
They're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
They're going to be fun to watch.
If they had to put this team, what we're anticipating will be their team, if they put this on the floor in 2011, they would have been probably top 2.
Yeah.
How things have changed.
Absolutely.
How things have changed.
Let's just hope that trend follows with the women, because where the women is now is where the men's comp was probably about 4, maybe 5 years
That's
ago.
right, exactly.
So it's hopefully the women invest and get the strength up there too.
Watch this space. Maybe a few more recruits to come before the season starts for Hume City. We wish all 4 teams the very best of luck. Good luck to the Broncos. Another club down.
Can't be many more to go.
That's about 40 I reckon we've done now. Stick with us. Which club's coming up next? We'll soon find out.